Hi, my name's Ellyse and welcome to Align. In today's workout, we're focusing on yoga postures to align the body. You're going to also see some functional movement, some core movement, as well as some basic stretch techniques. For class, you need a mat and you also need some yoga blocks. Let's begin at the back side of our mat. What I want you to do is start by rolling your shoulders up, back, and down, and pull your chin down into your chest. From here, slowly roll yourself down to the floor until you reach a point where you feel your lower back starting to open up. Sway just a little bit to the right and a little to the left. Good, let's do that again. A little to the right and a little to the left. From here, slowly roll yourself up, back, and down. And as you come up, your shoulders are gonna roll backward. Take a nice big breath in as you reach your arms all the way up above your head. From here, reach all the way over to the side, big stretch, and opposite side, big stretch. Good, stay facing forward on your mat. I'm just showing you some side view. Bring yourself all the way back down. And from here, we're gonna have a soft bend in the knees and stretch up. If you have your yoga blocks here and you feel like this movement is just a little too much for your hamstrings right away, put your yoga blocks down or even change the position of the block so that you feel comfortable within this forward fold stretch. Let's do two more. One more. Good. And from here, we're going to slowly roll ourselves up just like we did in the first round and bring your shoulders up, back, and down. Swing your arms all the way up. Nice big breath in. Exhale, reaching all the way over to the right side, lateral stretch. Inhale back to center and lateral stretch over to the other. Come back to your center line. Exhale, forward fold. And this time, we're going to walk it out to a plank. Find yourself walking all the way out. And let's put some weight in the hands by taking the body weight forward and backward, forward and back. Your abs are tight, your core is braced, and we're finding that nice alignment from the crown of your head down to your pubic bone. 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, bend your knees, and I want you to sit your hips all the way back and down into what I call a child's pose. In this child's pose, as we sit our hips backward, I want you to take your hands from right to left side. Now, what you're working here as you're taking your hands from right to left are your lat muscles. You're stretching out those lats as you keep your head down on the floor and hands pressed into your mat. And we should be feeling that stretch down the sides of our body. 3, 2, and find yourself back into all fours. From here, let's tuck the tailbone underneath us and pull the abs in as much as we can up towards our rib cage. And breathe in, look up at the ceiling. I want you to find your ribs opening up, being nice and long, and even a curve through the spine. So glutes up to ceiling and head up towards ceiling. Exhale, tuck yourself underneath and pull abs in as you breathe out. From here, tuck your toes and push your hips up, back, and down into a downward facing dog. Now, if this is the first time you've been in down dog, what you're going to be feeling is a nice stretch through your back and a large stretch through your hamstrings. So how do we know if we're in the right position? Well, our heels are trying to move down to the floor. Your hips are up and your head is right between your biceps. So if you look from right to left, you see your biceps in the corners of your eyes. Not the easiest position, but I promise it gets more comfortable as we move along. Soft bending your knees, start to walk your feet up to meet your hands. Now we're walking to the top of our mat. Roll yourself all the way up, back and down. Now from here, bring your shoulders onto your back and swing your arms up to the ceiling, just like we did in our first couple rounds, reaching over to the side, big breath, and opposite side, big breath. Good. From here, let's bring those arms all the way around. We're still facing forward, just showing you side view. Come all the way down. Now from here, we're going to have the nice big stretch through the legs and exhale, release. Exhale, big stretch through the legs and arms and release. Keep doing this, but I'm also going to show you what this is going to look like if you have your yoga blocks in front of you. It's a bigger press and flat back position and you lower yourself into a smaller position by bringing your head down towards the floor as well as your hands. If you need it, it's there for you, friends. Last one. Good. Settle that energy low. From here, keeping your hands pressed down into the floor, walk your feet back towards your plank. Abs are tight, core is strong. From here, we're going to turn onto our sides. There are a couple more options coming up for you here. Here's option number 1, a full side plank. Option 2, bringing the knee down. This is less tension for your wrists and it provides more stability. So if that's where you are, meet yourself where you are today. If you're in that full plank, your hips are up, your core is braced, your arm is long. You can look up, middle, or down. We have 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2. Let's bring that hand down to our plank position. Take your opposite hand. I want you to lift it up just a little, rotate your wrists. Good. Now let's flip over to the opposite side, reaching that arm all the way up towards the ceiling, fingertips long. Remember your option here to bend the knee. Even if we're bending the knee, I don't want to see hips sinking. I want to see hips up, this nice tight core, and a firm reach up to the ceiling with your hand. 4, 3, 2. Let's slide that hand into plank. And from here, we're going to move down to the floor with a move called chaturanga. So we bring ourselves up and forward, bend those elbows, and slowly lower yourself down. That's a huge challenge for our triceps. Elongate your feet, keep your hands next to your chest, and press yourself up into an upward facing dog. Now this position here can be very tiresome for your lower back. So if it feels like it's too much, bring yourself into cobra, which is half of our upward facing dog. And this also is more a comfortable position for your lower back. Let's just stay here for a moment. Let's get into it by breathing. We don't always extend our back in this way. So it's a nice stretch to do, to hold just for another 10 seconds. Perfect. From here, whether you're in cobra or your up dog, what I'm going to ask you to do is tuck your toes, press yourself into a plank position, and from there follows your downward facing dog. Let's stay in our downward dog just for a moment and start to pedal the heels. What do the heels feel like as we pedal them down towards the mat? Maybe we're getting a nice stretch in the hamstrings. Maybe we're feeling a little bit more energy in the upper body. 5, 4, 3, 2. Everybody look up at your hands and soft bending your knees as you walk yourself to the top of your mat. And soft bend in the knees when we stay in our forward fold. From here, let's roll through the spine 1 vertebrae at a time. As you come up, your shoulders go up, back, and down. Reach those arms up. Inhale, keep facing the same way you are, and take that nice big breath over to the side. Side lateral stretch. Back through the middle, inhale, and exhale, side lateral stretch. Let's add on from here. As we stretch over to the side, bring your foot backward and notice that stretch going down the arm into the lat and into your hip flexor. Come back up through center. Exhale, switch opposite side. Big side lateral stretch. Come back through the middle. Let's swing those arms around and pull them into your heart. I want you to settle those shoulders down, start to push your feet down into your mat, and start to think about, what do you notice in your body now from when you first started our flow? What do you notice? Maybe it's a little bit longer in the spine. Maybe you feel more grounded into your body. Those are all good things. That's what we want to be feeling as we progress our work here today. As we stay at the top of our mat, I want you to take those arms all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower yourself down and extend your arms out to the sides of you. I want you to stay here for a moment and start to tuck your tailbone just slightly. Holding for 3, 2, and slowly bring yourself into your forward fold. Remember your options. If you have your yoga blocks, you can press into them and move into your flat back position, half fold. Exhale, lower down, forward fold. Exhale, press up, half fold. And lower down, forward fold. We're gonna do one more here, friends. Exhale, press up, half fold. And exhale, lower down to full fold. Walk your feet back to meet into your plank. In your plank position, let's take the feet out, mat distance apart. Breath in, turn and twist. Open up to your side plank. Remember your options here, which are bending the knee, or you can stay straight out with me. Where does your head feel most comfortable? Does it feel more comfortable looking down, middle, or all the way up? 4, 3, 2, let's transition, taking that hand down to the floor. You can rotate your wrist a few times here as we transition and move up to the opposite side. Notice how my hand isn't bending. I don't have my fingers loose. We want to have a nice firm press with wide fingertips up towards the ceiling. We have energy moving in all directions. 3, 2, and slowly bring that hand down. From here, chaturanga, bring your body weight forward, bend your elbows, and slowly lower down. Allow your feet to go long, and inhale to your up dog or your cobra. Let's settle the energy here from the lower back. Keep your chin tucked. 2 more deep breaths. Perfect. Tuck your toes, move from plank into downward facing dog. Let's add on just a little bit here. Taking your left foot up towards the ceiling, large stretch through your foot, pointing through your toe. If this doesn't feel right for you, your second option is to bring your knee towards your other knee. This is a great precursor to bringing your foot all the way up if the foot doesn't feel great in straight position. 3, 2, slowly bring that foot down. Switch over to your opposite side. Nice, big, long stretch here with the toe pointed. Option 1. Option 2, knee is in. We can still feel that energy moving in the calf. And a nice big stretch. 3, 2, and bringing your foot down from here. Soft bending your knees, look up at your hands. Walk yourself up to meet your hands. Keep your knees bent. Open up your shoulders, your back, stay loose. Take a deep breath in as you reach your arms all the way up to the ceiling. Big stretch, inhale. And exhale, bring your arms back around and pull your hands into your heart. From here, reach and open, twist. As you twist, I want you to keep your hip bones facing forward. How does that feel in your body? Keeping your fingertips long. Your head is also forward. We might be feeling a nice big stretch through the shoulders here. Good. You're going to bring your hands back together through your center. Exhale, twist and stretch. Looking back at your thumb. Inhale back to your center. Exhale, twist and stretch. Let's do one more. Remember, we want that head looking back at our thumb. Last one here. Exhale, twist, stretch, look back. Fingertips are long. Hips are squared and forward. Beautiful. Bring your arms all the way up. Deep breath in. Exhale. Bring your right foot back and lean all the way over to the left. Inhale back to your center. Exhale, left foot back. Lean all the way over to your right. Back to center. Arms are going to move all the way down as we lower ourselves into forward fold, placing the hands down on the mat and walking your feet out towards your plank. Abs are tight, core is braced. This time, I want everyone to bend the knee and move yourself into your half side plank. From this position here, reach your arm up over your head, fingertips long and away from the body. Take your foot and point your toe. I want you to imagine someone pulling your fingertips away from you and pulling your toes down towards the floor. Where you should feel this stretch is full side body. Take a few more breaths here. Keep reaching, extending through. 3, 2, and I want you to bring yourself into the opposite side. Now, instead of me turning the full opposite direction, I'm just going to turn on my side for you to see the full angle. Reach yourself all the way up and over, lengthen and reach, toe is down, fingertips are long. Notice that stretch, how it moves away. The oblique muscles are starting to move away from the hip. It's a nice, beautiful stretch for our bodies, especially if we've been in a seated position for the day. This can really feel great. 3, 2, and bring yourself into all fours. All fours position here. Let's extend ourselves out to a plank and move forward, chaturanga down. Allow your feet to go long and press up and into your upward facing dog or your cobra. Remember your options. Perfect. From here, instead of downward dog, I want you to push back to your child's pose where we first started our work, and just settle your energy from right to left. When you've had enough of moving from right to left, just draw your forehead down to the mat and relax your lower back. A few notes here. Your lower back should be feeling settled. If there's a lot of energy in your lower back or it feels tight and cramped, try to loosen your stomach muscles by taking deeper breaths through your belly. Two more deep breaths here, friends. Good. And from here, move yourself back to all fours and press into your plank position. Adding on just a little more, take your left foot up to your left hand and soft bend in your knee on your right side. You're going to feel this stretch going from the inner thigh down into the knee, but there's no pressure on the knee. Taking your arm, reaching it all the way up. You can take a peek at it, look forward or down, just like we did in our side plank position. Holding here for 4, for 3, for 2, and let's bring that hand down to the mat and switch sides. Walk yourself back to plank, and let's take the opposite foot up to meet the hand. Draw your knee down to the floor and reach all the way up towards the knee that's bent, reaching fingertips long, up, out, and away. Three, 2, and bring that hand down. From here, back to our plank, widen out your base and push your hips up, back, and down for downward facing dog. If you want to take that nice elongated option, let's reach that leg up towards the ceiling and drop the heel. Firm pressure of your hands down and into the floor. Remember, your option 2 is knee in, and option 3 is just to stay where you are in your downward dog. We have 4, 3, 2, slowly bring your leg in. Let's go to the opposite side, pressing into the floor with your hands and pointing the toe with the leg that's up towards the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it all back in. Look up at your hands, soft bending your knees, slowly walk yourself up to a forward fold position. Keep your arms loose, keep your bend in your knee. As you stack your vertebrae one by one and roll yourself up to standing, bringing your shoulders up, back, and down. Inhale, reaching arms all the way up. Exhale, twist over to your left. Inhale, back to your middle. Exhale, twist over to your right. Back to middle, twist over to your left. Breathe out when you do this as well. Inhale and twist over to your right. Back to middle. From here, take your foot backward, and I want you to reach all the way over to your side. So if your left foot is back, you're reaching over to your right, and your breath is out. Come back to center. Opposite side, right foot back, lean over left. and back to center. From here, let's take those arms, bringing them all the way out from you, leaning forward into our forward fold. And let's lift up for half fold. Again, if you have your blocks, press into them nice and easy. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. And we have exhale, 2, 3, 4, release. This is our last one here. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, release. From this point, I want you to walk yourself back into your plank position. Abs are tight, core is braced. And let's spiral ourselves into our last and final side plank. We have a couple options here. We're gonna get just a little bit more deep into the side plank by adding a small arch in the body and fingertips down. So very similar to what we just did in that last flow. You do have the option to bring your knee down towards the floor. In 3, in 2, and 1. Let's loop that arm around, pull it back into your plank position, opposite side, reaching all the way up first. And exhale, add that hip lift and arm down. Nice U shape here, staying strong in our core. And loop that arm around, pull yourself into all fours as you softly bend your knees to the floor. Inhale, look up. Exhale, tuck your tailbone. Inhale, look up. Exhale, tuck. And move into a neutral position. Last and final few motions that we have here are going to be focused on core and balance. Take your left leg out and reach through your right arm. Fingertips long, toes are pointed. Find your balance here. Where do you notice your shift in energy? Does your spine feel good? Does your core feel strong? And bring that hand down. Let's switch over to the opposite side. Reach, elongate, and stretch. So opposite hand to opposite leg. We shouldn't be lifting the leg up higher than the hip joint because we want to stay connected to our core muscles. Three, 2, and 1. From here, friends, let's take ourselves back into a seated kneeling position. If this position doesn't feel great, what you can do is take your yoga block, sit on it, and that will create some space between where your hips are to where your heels are, and it opens up the body just a little bit more. Option there if you need it, but let's take one hand to the belly, one hand to the back, and tuck the tailbone down. So we have a nice flat position, and I want you to settle your hands right on top of your legs. Chin down, nice and easy, noticing that stretch in your lower part of your neck. Let's lean the head over to the side, feeling the stretch go down the neck and into the shoulder. Bring it all the way over to the opposite side, feeling that stretch go down the neck and into your shoulder. Good. Come again, all the way down, out and around. Last one here. And pull your head up to center. From here, let's swing those legs out and down. And you want to push them into a straight position, feet towards the top of the mat and hips in the center of your mat. We can put those blocks off to the side for now. Reach your fingertips long and exhale into forward fold. All of the forward folds we've done today should make this forward fold feel somewhat comfortable, somewhat easy, but at the same time, Whenever we're in a new position, it can have an adjustment period for the body. So let yourself settle into this forward fold by using your breath as your indicator to reach forward just a little bit more. Keeping the chin tucked, relaxing your lower back by letting your breath out. And from here, let's walk ourselves up the legs, lift it into a high chest position, and work back into a tuck again. This time your tailbone's gonna tuck underneath you, and you're gonna feel your abs getting just a little bit stronger as you reach your fingertips out and long and roll yourself down the mat. Take your right knee into your chest and breathe out. Right knee will travel over your midline into a side stretch. Now with this side stretch, something that you may notice is that you could hear your back cracking. There might be a lot of energy rolling up into the body and you almost feel breathless. That's because your IT band could be really tight. You could have a tight lower back. So just do your best to breathe into this and don't go so far. We can only go as far as our bodies will allow us. 4, 3, 2, and pull that knee back into your chest. Let's bring that leg all the way up towards the ceiling with hands on the back side of our knee, and we'll point and flex the foot. Rotate your foot all the way around, feeling that nice stretch in your ankle. 3, 2, and lay that foot down, opposite side. Left knee will come into the chest. Give it a nice pull towards your shoulder blade. Notice how also on the opposite side, your hip flexor starts to stretch there. It will stretch even more if you dig your right heel down into the floor. And from here, let's take that leg and bring it over the midline torso stretch. If you want more out of this, extend through your arm, either up above your head or out to the side. Three, 2, and 1. Pull your knee back into your chest. And let's extend that leg up towards the ceiling with hands wrapped around the back side of the knee. Point and flex the foot. And let's add that rotation. Good. From here, keep your knee bent and pull it back towards you along with the other foot. Open the legs up and just sway your back from right to left. Both knees will come together. Plant your hands down on the floor and twist over to your side with your breath out. Inhale back to the middle. Exhale, twist over to your opposite side. Breath out. One more each side. Exhale, twist. Exhale, twist. And both legs up towards the ceiling. Flex your heels. Reach your arms all the way up overhead. Big breath in. Exhale, lift yourself up and pull for 3, 2, 1. Bring your head down. Reach your arms out. Inhale here. Exhale, breath up. Exhale. Good. Lift and pull for 3, 2. Last one. Arms out. Long back. Exhale, pull. Holding for 3, 2. Bend your knees and rock yourself up to a seated position. Nicely done. From here, take your hand in back of you, twist yourself over into all fours. Tucking that tailbone underneath us as we tuck the toes and push the hips up, back, and down. Level those heels. Slowly walk your feet up to meet your hands, nice and easy. Soft bend in the knees as we roll ourselves up. Taking the shoulders up, back, and down as we have been all class. Inhale, reaching up towards center line. And this time, arms are going to burst out to your sides and finding fingertips reaching towards the floor and heels reaching down towards the mat. Open your breath. How do we feel in our spine? How do we feel that connection to our core and the rest of our muscles? Let that energy flow through you. Last big breath here, friends. As we close class, reaching arms all the way up towards the ceiling, swing those hands around towards your heart. I want you to think of one movement that really stood out to you today that you can use for the rest of the week. Give yourself a round of applause for coming in. You did such a wonderful job in Align, and I hope to see you in the next class. And remember, you can always come back to this workout and keep practicing.